2011 marks the 60th year of racing competition at Delaware Speedway. It's a track steeped in history where countless champions have learned their trade. When the lights come up at Delaware Speedway, they shine on racing's brightest stars.
The last two occasions, DJ Kennington has been center stage in his hometown track. The Castrol kid is reluctant to give up the Delaware spotlight. Yet he'll have to contend with two upcoming talents. Stephen Matthews has proven his wares, while the legendary Shepherd family name lives on through the forte of the next generation. But the main focus rests on Scott Steckly. The Castrol points leader is back in his leading man role as he gets prepared for the main act here at Delaware Speedway. You're watching race number 3 of the 2011 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series here on TSN. We're at the half mile of Delaware Speedway, just west of London, Ontario, as the curtain gets ready to rise on the Keystone Light 200. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Bradley. Alongside me is Billy Rouse Jr. and Todd Lewis is trackside as always. Billy, you've turned a lap or two here at Delaware. What's the key to getting around this famed half mile?
Well, Dave, I've had a lot of fun at this racetrack. This was home to me for a lot of years. The real trick, down the backstretch. Turn 2, you go uphill, and then you go down. 300 to 500 RPM difference, front stretch to back stretch. But the real key, turn 3. Get the entrance right, get the thing to turn off at turn 4, and it's a drag race down the front stretch.
And, of course, consistency. We've heard this all season. Wins championships, and 2 drivers have been on the podium on both of our past events. Scott Steckly has a win and a second-place finish as he leads the Castrol points chase, followed by the rejuvenated number 8 of Don Thompson Jr.
Also, real good to see the 23 of Jeff Lapsovich in the 4th spot in the points.
And the man on the charge in Keystone Light qualifying today, the number 7 of Brampton, Ontario's Pete Shepherd, the National Exhaust high-tech drilling Dodge powered around Delaware Speedway, a time of 19.482 seconds. That's an average speed of just over 92 miles an hour. He is your Keystone Light pole sitter.
Well, that team's been getting stronger and stronger at each event. The combination of Don Jacobson and the Shepherd family really putting Petey in some strong race cars.
And we'll send it down for those famous words.
Drivers, start your engine!
Pete Shepherd has his first career NASCAR Canadian Tire Series pole. He's been fast early this season, already a podium finish, but a tough challenger on the outside of row number 1. The defending series champion, DJ Kennington. He and Pete Shepherd had contact in race number 1. They've talked already about it. Kennington desperately needs a good finish. He's the winner in back-to-back races at this track and led more laps than anyone. It may come tonight.
And we will ride along board with the 82 of Dave Connolly. The Ottawa-based team has had their struggles here in 2011. They've regrouped or trying to rectify some motor issues.
There's a look at young Stephen Matthews. He's got lots of laps here in a late model car.
Good onboard shot from the 9 of Mark Dilley. He'll roll off in the 14th position here today. As the 2011 Dodge Charger RT pace car begins its first pace laps, let's take a look at today's starting lineup for the Keystone Light 200. On pole is Pete Shepherd. Outside of him, DJ Kennington, as Todd mentioned just a short time ago. Scott Steckly, your points leader, will roll off in 3rd spot. J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 84 to the outside of him. Jason Hathaway, great qualifying effort inside of row 3, and there is young Stephen Matthews in the 15. In row number 4, Donald Chisholm, all the way from Nova Scotia in the 89 and the 02 of Kerry Mix. Don Thompson Jr. second in points in the 8 car, and Ron Beauchamp Jr. in the 60. That's row number 5. Taking a look at row number 6, Dexter Stacy in the 55. Jeff Lapsovich drives the 23. And back to row number 7, Brad Graham off a top 5 in Mosport in race number 1, and Mark Dilley in the 9. Row number 8 has Dave Connolly in the 82 and Derek White in the 99. And then we'll take a look back to row number 9, Hugo Vanini in the 97 and Jason White in the 21. Row 10 has Kenny Forth driving the 5 here today, and a return to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series for the 56 of Doug Brown. He'll start shotgun.
It's good to see Doug Brown and Kenny Forth back in race cars. You know, they've been away a little bit, part-time rides. The 5 out of DJ's camp, and the 56 is Jim Bray's car. Pretty good deal. Let's take a look at the E3 Spark Plugs race analysis. It's 200 laps, 100 miles here. It's a half mile. The pit window between 70 and 110 laps. Pretty decent weather, slightly cloudy. It'll be good on the tires. The key to getting around this place, see the sidewalk, Dave? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 both nicknamed the sidewalk. The outside groove here does not work. It probably will get a little better as the place greases over, but the outside is not the place to be.
And you're right, Billy. Traditionally, this has been a bump and run track. Our last 2 events here, we've averaged over 11 cautions. Let's go down to Todd for one more check-in.
Fellas, a couple of cars to look for at the start of this race. A very fast Donald Chisholm, who we've seen run at Riverside Speedway before. He'll roll off 7th. Good qualifying and a good practice laps in this race as well. Watch for the number 9 of Mark Dilley to move forward. They were late to technical inspection and only got one qualifying lap. They start 14th. Reno Montanari told me they took their time, wanted to make sure they got a spring change right. That's why they were late.
Well, it's a tough deal for sure. You got to give your driver a good car because it is 200 laps.
And Mark Dilley hoping he has that car here today. He's one of the drivers we'll ride on board with. We'll have 9 different shots on board different cars throughout the race, giving you the best angle to watch the Keystone Light 200 from Delaware Speedway. As the field lines up 2 by 2 down the back straightaway, we're anticipating the green. Onboard shot from the 3 of Jason Hathaway, the Vortex brake pads. He'll he'll roll off in the 5th spot as the Dodge Charger RT pace car pulls to pit lane. Pete Shepard, DJ Kennington, there's Stephanie, a Keystone Light brand ambassador with a green flag, and we're underway here in Delaware.
DJ Kennington, all kinds of loose. He just blazed the tires at the green. He's lost a couple spots. Now he's stuck up on the outside, and Steckly's not going to give him the easy road in.
J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 84 Chevy dropped to the inside. As soon as that hole opened up, he actually started right behind the 17, but now Fitzpatrick is tucked to the inside. Stephen Matthews has gotten in line as well. He didn't get a great start because of the problems for the 17.
DJ hanging tough on the outside, and Steckly, being a super clean driver, will not rough him up this early on.
And we talked about it off the top, Billy. This is DJ Kennington's home track. He has a ton of miles around this raceway. So is he putting some of that home track knowledge to use early on?
You betcha. DJ Kennington started laps of this place when he was 16 years old, and he's a whale of a shoe. He knows every bump and ripple in this racetrack.
And you see right there, I've circled it. Happy birthday, Hannah. Jason Hathaway running with a little special message. His daughter turns 5 today.
What a great shot. You see how loose these race cars are off the hop here at Delaware Speedway. You can see him hit the bumps. Hathaway takes a quick look in the mirror. The 15 takes a peek, but closes the door.
Stephen Matthews gets back in line. You see the Beyond Digital Imaging Ford Fusion of Kerry Mix in behind Matthews, as well as this battle heats up in the front. Now 2 cars together in 2 separate packs. The 7 and the 17, the 22 and the 84. They're battling nose to tail.
Ron Beauchamp Jr., he too is no stranger here to Delaware. He cut his teeth here on Friday nights for a lot of years.
That's a battle for 9th spot with the 8 car of Don Johnson Jr. And how about the 21 of Jason White coming off his first top 10 finish on a road course at Circuit Icar just outside of Mirabel, Quebec. This is a battle for 15th with the OCR gas bar, number 99 of Derek White.
Let's ride on board. We'll watch this. Right tight to the tires coming off the corner. Let it drift up, kind of in the middle of the straightaway. Hard on the gas, lift early, break it in. He does a nice job. And you know what? I got to mention, he's really happy driving that race car.
Yeah, the A&W Dodge Challenger very much fitting into what Jason White wanted coming into the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. So he's very, very happy with the way that deal is going down as he chases Dexter Stacy currently here at the Keystone Light 200 at Delaware Speedway. But there is your leader, the National Exhaust, number 7 of Pete Shepard. He's already got a win in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. That came at the end of 2010. He's trying to add to that here today.
Oh, business is picking up. DJ getting a good run off of turn 2, using that big Dodge horsepower, chasing the 7.
Now, Todd mentioned off the top that they did talk out their differences. Of course, there was contact made at Mosport on the oval. Pete Shepard didn't run at Icar on the road course, but would there be a little bit of bad blood between them? Would DJ remember this?
Many drivers would, Dave, but DJ Kennington's never been that bad villain guy. Some days I wish he would get a little uglier and put a neat show on for us as commentators and racers, I'll tell you that. But DJ does not play the payback game.
Right now, he's being very polite in behind the 7 car of Pete Shepard, but here he goes looking for the lead down the back straightaway.
Halfway. Inside, one more coming. Inside, don't fight him. Let the 22 car go, just pull in behind him. Inside. We got a long way to go, buddy. Let's race smart. Nice job. Pull in there, let's just ride along. Let them go through all the reckless traffic.
Don Reinhardt Jr., the spotter for the 7 of Shepard. That's good information right there. That's good coaching. It's early. Let them go. Let them get through traffic. Let them open the door. You go through it. Good coaching.
And the 22, Scott Steckly, and the Canadian Tire Dodge did exactly that as they worked their way around the 97 of Hugo Vanini. Tucks it to the inside, goes one lap down here early on in the Keystone Light 200 at Delaware Speedway. DJ Kennington is your new leader with 19 laps in the books. The third race of the 2011 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series is brought to you by Mopar, authentic performance. Castrol Edge, our best Castrol ever. E3 spark plugs, born to burn. And by OCR Gas Bar, proudly servicing the Mohawk community. The number 17 Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington leads the 22 Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckly as they're working lap 30 and now crossing the line, lap 31 of the Keystone Light 200.
DJ's got that car on cruise control right now, hitting his marks. And here you get to see the 84 and the 3. They're fighting for fourth.
And the 15 of Stephen Matthews in there as well as they work around lap traffic. Kenny fourth on the inside, Dave Connolly upstairs, so this is going to make things tough.
Well, the 84 going the big side. We're going to be 3 wide going down the front stretch, heading for turn 1. Oh, the 3 thinks better of it. Matthews tried to trap him in there.
And you can't really fault Dave Connolly in the Metro number 82. He was on the outside of fourth working for position. He sees the leaders come by. He's like, I want to give you guys room, but I just can't.
Oh, trouble on pit road. The 99 of Derek White is out of the race car.
Yeah, he's out. Looks like a blown motor for that Chevy Impala. But tough break for the 99 team.
Well, Dave, they had a great day in practice. Billy Burns and Jason Cote worked very hard on that race car and got them extremely comfortable. And
actually, we'll see Jason's brother, Stephen Cote. He'll be behind the wheel of the 99 at Mosport Raceway in race number 4 of the series. So there is your leader, the 17 of DJ Kennington. Being chased by the 22 of Scott Steckly, but Kennington's now opened up a bit of a gap as you take a look at the Castrol leaderboard, the ticker across the top of your screen. You see Pete Shepard still holding down the 3rd place spot. Jason Hathaway running in 5th, chasing the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Battle for 7th right there. That's Mix in the 02 and Chisholm in the 89.
And Donald Chisholm, got to give a shout out to him. He only runs a handful of NASCAR Canadian Tire Series races every year. Of course, he does the race at Antigonish in Nova Scotia. He tends to do Delaware and, of course, Kawartha at the end of the year, but he's doing very well here today in the Keystone Light 200.
Well, I'm sure that's just a tune-up here for him. You know, Mike McCall built that car for him so he would get a chance for Mike to give the car a little tweaking, get ready for taking it back out home and hanging it on the other guys when they travel out there.
Here comes Matthews to the inside of Hathaway. That's a battle for 5th spot.
Clear behind the 15 if you want to let it go. Still there. Still there. Clear behind. Go. Drop it. You're clear.
Boy, the spotters are earning their money today. That was the spotter on the 3 car telling him, let him go. It's clear behind him, and he did just that.
And Billy, you see that patch of concrete down to the inside of the corners. How difficult is that to transition from the asphalt to the concrete back to the asphalt?
Well, the real deal, when they first put that concrete sidewalk down, you run with the lefts in the asphalt and the rights up on the sidewalk. If you go across it, you'll get both tires on it and the car pushes up. You watch when the cars head up off the corner. The car has to go right to the wall because there's no traction.
And this is historically, as we mentioned, a one-groove racetrack. You see the cars pretty much nose to tail as DJ Kennington puts a lap on the 21 of Jason White. As we ride on board with the A&W Cruise in the Dub Special, the 21 of White.
Watch DJ Kennington into turn 3. Got the tires right down almost the grass. That's how you get traction here at Delaware Speedway. Little loose up off the corner, but loose is fast.
And you know what? One driver who's picked up his form from his championship-winning season back in 2008 is the driver of the 22 of Scott Steckly. You remember back in that season, he won the season opener. He had a number of really strong runs at the start of the year and just hung on to win the championship. This looks very reminiscent of that year.
Whoa, contact between the 9 and the 23. That's for 11th spot.
As Mark Dilley will take the spot that Tim Hortons dodged, the 23 of Jeff Lapsevich will slide back one position. There's Brad Gray.